Hello everyone. Hope you all are doing great. Now, our coding challenge program has taken a much important turn. Those who are following us from the beginning knows what is coding challenge. Let me just brief about it for those who are watching it for the first time. In our coding challenge program, our candidates are undergoing employability and skill development training. The candidates have to team up and work to solve a real life problem. Each team have to bring the problem, the solution and the wireframes. So in today's video, you are going to watch the wireframe presentation of each team.
Okay, can I
Yeah,
start?
Priyanka, please go ahead.
Okay. This is our wireframe about e-commerce. The first page of the user view is like this. Here at the left top, there will be a menu, and the menus will be clothes, footwear, electronics, my order, help center, and in the middle they're gonna be the items that user gonna order. When the user will click on this plus sign, this product will go to the cart. Uh,
Priyanka, sorry, stopping you here. Are you going to have the categories up in the first version?
just added that for view purpose.
No, don't do that. I don't recommend if something is not working, don't add it on the page. So I prefer something like you know directly landing and listing to the products.
Okay.
So let's not complicate the things in the left hand side, because as I mentioned earlier, the user experience, the user is going to think like the clothes is going to work. He is going to click on the clothes. What will happen? It will not work.
Yeah.
He is going to click on the footwear. It will not work. So he's going to blame you. Your product, your software doesn't work properly, and he's going to quit. He doesn't have that patience to understand these are just beginning of the product. So just give them what is supposed to work. So let's list the straight away list the products.
Okay.
Okay, no other additional thing on the page. Let it be a little gap between the products, like the look and feel wise when you design. Let it be with some design, so you can remove the left hand side that menu that doesn't require. You are going to straight away list all the products. Just add the products to the cart, and then from the cart you are going to build the next thing. Otherwise, if you are supposed to bring the category in the left hand side, I would ask you to work on the category part as well. So if you can make it in the short time span, go ahead, work on that, no problems. Okay,
Yeah,
so
before I added that, but you said that it will be too long, so that's why I removed that
uh,
category part.
correct. So you can just remove that left hand side menu. Then we don't need that unnecessary menu. Because we can just give something like in that menu, history of orders, or something like what is what I added to my cart. Going directly to the cart, or directly to the checkout page. So that kind of things you can bring here.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah, all right. Okay. So rest of the things, the right hand side looks okay. The image and add to cart, that plus button is okay. And that plus button, when you click the plus button, it should change that image also. So this item is added to your cart already, so that you need to mention. Show somehow.
yeah. Okay.
See, otherwise, what happens is, suppose I scroll down to some five levels downwards, and I see the product. Then I'm going to click on that plus icon. It is going to add in the cart in the upper side, right? How I will know that the product is added to the cart?
Actually, that is missing here. I don't know why didn't it is not showing. I There is an arrow mark which will show when you add a add to the cart, the cart image will be showing number of items added.
Yeah, the number of items will be shown there, but my eye won't be looking there. Means I won't be looking there at the beginning. Say that's what I said. The cart will be there, but I am scrolling down to some n number of pages downwards or n number of products downwards, and then I am clicking on the plus button. My focus will be on the plus icon, so I won't see that. So did you get my point? It's a perspective of that user experience. I'm talking in from the perspective of a user. See, when you're supposed to order something from your mobile, okay, you scroll down towards some 5-10 products. Now the 10th product you're adding, you just click on the button and your eye focus will be on that button. You will never look into the cart icon above unless you get that experience.
Yeah.
Once you are experienced, you will be understanding, from the product you will be understanding, okay, the cart is increased. You will be understanding, but that is where you either have to alert a message, this product has been added to your cart successfully, or something like in that button side itself, it is increased one, that particular product has increased one in the cart. So that is how you can bring that user experience better.
Okay.
And what is the order button?
Order. Okay. The cart button and order button both are same. When you click on an order, it will go to the cart page, and also the cart logo will also go to the cart page.
Yeah, behalf of just giving the order, you have to mention it as checkout,
Okay.
because it is not an order, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Order comes after you check out, it converts to order. Till you checking out, it is not an order at all. It's just some items you added in the cart. That is, we can call it as something like it's cart only. It is the checkout list. Now, when you click on order, you are going to show with the cart, and the cart is going to show with the products and the amount which you have added and the total cost. And there you will have any pay button or pay and checkout or place the order. That is where the order is going to happen.
Okay.
Am I too fast to follow?
No, I'm understanding.
Oh, okay, understanding, but noting down.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
So when you click on order or a cart icon, it will go to the cart page where you will be getting all the details of the item. So you can select any size here of a cloth. So when you select
this is for only for cloth you are going to do?
Yeah, because just for
This is for a boutique.
Sorry.
This is for a boutique. You want to run this application?
Yeah.
Okay, fine, good. But then the size should not be coming at this place, because say when I want to add the product, that place itself I need to have an option to choose, and the default one, say for example, as I said earlier, as a user, I am a dumb person. I don't know anything. I am just using your application to make some order. I will choose something from there and coming to this page and then make my order. Let it be placing. So I don't know about this S, M, and L. I don't understand, because that is the textile words. Like XL, double XL. What would be the size of XL and double XL? It depends on the company to company. It changes. And there is I heard about in the chappals and all, shoes and all, you have different sizes, something like European sizes and American size, or English size and Indian size. The sizes are different. So I don't know. So I just go ahead and make the order. You are going to deliver it to my home, and I'm simply going to reject it as not fitting what I'm expected. Right? So, so the complaint which is going to come towards your product which you are building, that is the e-commerce product. So now you have to have, if you have this kind of a provision, the choosing of small, medium, large, you have to have it at the time of adding the product.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can bring something like that whatever you have checked there, that can be checked here also in this page also. And if you want to change that here, they can have an option to change it from here.
Okay.
And that also you don't need to give like this checkbox. If I give the checkbox, I check all the checkboxes. What you will do?
Hmm.
So just give a drop down, like one option. You change the size. Okay, change the size. So just click on the drop down, change it the size. You can change it to the new size, and that will be added to the cart back. And the first one will be removed or modified.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And then this page, we don't need this fill in details. We can give something like a confirm the order or place the order now. And then you will go to the next page where you are going to fulfill your the name and delivery address and other details. Then the invoice page, you may give, if you have the time to provide that provision, you can give that invoice page. Otherwise, you can just make it as your order is taken, and that email will go to the user. This order has been placed with these details, and the email will go to the user, and email ID which he have entered, the email ID that you have to use here. And with that screen we can close. Yeah, so if they want to download the invoice, just give them the provision, but I don't think that is required. But it's fine if you give that. If you have that time, you can give that. Go to the next slide, the next page.
So this is an administration view where he can log in and he can see this page, that is add product, edit product, delete product, and orders by users.
Why this
So,
add product, edit product, and delete product and orders by users?
because it will be easy for him to perform the operations whatever he want. So
No,
when the
no. This should not be this. This should not be in a different way. You need to bring, because that's a common administration view. Whereas you will have the left hand side. So when the administrator logs in, can I just share my screen?
yeah, I'll stop sharing.
No, I will share, and yours will automatically going to stop, I think so. You able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, then let me just open my Paint. Are you seeing my Paint?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be my administration window, and in the left hand side, most probably I will have something like a orders. Then again I will have something like products. So these are two menu. Okay, so by landing this page, by default it will have the orders. Say okay, so this kind of an order where say I don't customer name, this is customer name, and amount of 120 NR, then see number of items. So you can just give 5 items. Okay, now at this position you will have a button. Sorry, you'll have a button with something like X. I'm just doing something like a button. Okay, so this place I'll be giving that view the order. Oh, the color has a problem there. Okay, so the view the order. Okay, so when I click on this view, what is going to happen? This Arun's order will be showing, and you have that page. In that page, you can give something like a button like an accept or reject or out of stock. You can whatever you want. You mention that. Based on that, that order will be handled.
Okay.
I think I have conveyed this to Archa some time back. When we had a discussion, you forgot, I think. See, okay, I'll speak about that again. What we had discussed is, just try to remember, Archa, I think we had discussed it for some other thing also. One is, first thing is, when an order placed, you see this as an order list. Okay. Now, when you accept the order, you send an email to the customer that this order has been accepted. Suppose the email or the mobile number which the customer has provided is not valid. In that case, we need to reject the order, which we don't want to list it here. But we need to send an email that the order is rejected to the customer? It depends based on the customer's email ID and the what we call the customer's email ID and the phone number is accurate or not. If we are unable to reach out to the customer, then we can just reject. We don't need to send an email. So just say reject with email, reject without email. That is where we discussed about the email template utility we will create, and we will push that to the content to the email. And the order status also will be changing accordingly. Priyanka and Asima, you guys are able to understand what I'm telling about? Are you able to hear?
I got it. Yeah, I got it.
So that is where you have, and also you may have something like a set of buttons at this top place, like accepted offers, something like rejected offers, rejected orders, and deleted orders. Okay. So these kind of, or completed order. So this way you can get the complete dashboard organized, and which is easy access. Now then, if you want to take that screenshot, you can take again. The next thing is when this part I didn't discuss with anyone. So this place, when you click on the products, you are supposed to this is the orders page. When you click this page, you will have a table format, maybe like this. Okay, so in this column, in this column, you'll have an ID, the product ID, then the product name, then again price. So if you have set any offers, it will be here, and then you can have something like action. So in this action, so this place, it is pretty clear, right? In this columns, what you need to write, and in this last place, you can bring something like see, this place you can bring something like an action button, which is delete, or something like an edit, or something like an unlist. If you unlist, it is not going to display in the home page. So a fair design which you can do, and if you want to add top of this page, you can give an add product button. When you click, your add product page will be opening. Is that clear?
So how we gonna know that the number is valid and email address is valid or not?
See, this is this is not completely automated. A few manual effort is there, right? So the person who is receiving the order at the shop is going to manually verify, because the payment is also not done. So he's manually going to verify by calling that number to the the placed order person, and his mobile is not reachable, or his mobile is unable to talk or discuss, or he's trying to reach through SMS, text, WhatsApp, in no medium he is not responding, then how you can deliver the product to that place? You cannot, right?
Hmm.
So now you understand that this order cannot be accepted.
Yeah.
Yeah, here you have mentioned the mail for both confirmation and rejection to customer. Yeah, this is what actually I had the discussion. Yeah, so this is correct. So this is correct. The accept and reject is fine, but I was just giving something like if you want to give something like more thing after accepting, the accept order is fine. Next to that, if you want to give something like the dispatch notification or delivered notification and complete the order notification, right? Yeah, that buttons. So once you accept it, you can work on that if you want, but the accept it itself is fine.
Okay. If the time permits, we will add those things.
Yeah, correct, fine. That's what I mean.